Thank you for joining us to learn about HOT Tools, 10 tools that combine literacy and thinking. I'm Graham Watts.
And my name's Nikki Phillips.
Our starting point in this journey was considering the very important question about what comes first, language or thinking. After much discussion and after much debate, we found that in many ways trying to separate or tease out this question was an artificial divide. Although sometimes in schools, literacy and language and thinking skills are taught as two separate approaches, and sometimes they are presented to students as two separate skills, we very firmly believe that thinking and literacy are two sides of the same coin. We believe it's very difficult to develop skillful thinking without having a multiple range of literacy skills. And similarly, we think it's very hard to develop powerful, convincing literacy skills without having rich, powerful, diverse thinking skills.
It is from that cohesive approach that HOT Tools have developed. It was really important to us to put those two things together into the tools that you're going to see demonstrated to you on this presentation. HOT Tools are essential for that cross-curricular cohesion, for keeping learning tight and holistic throughout education, from primary through to tertiary.
You might like to take a few moments to explore the learning objectives that we will cover as we progress through the module. The word HOT is an abbreviation for higher order thinking and has very deliberately been included in the HOT Tools. We felt, as many teachers do, that there are a variety of graphic organisers and visual tools available for teachers around the world, but very few take students clearly and explicitly into the higher order thinking skills that are required for students to pass tests and exams and to prepare students for the careers of lifelong learning that they all face. When we were devising HOT Tools, we very clearly wanted to develop a range of skills that would start off with lower order, very valuable, yet lower order thinking of describing, defining, sequencing, classifying, but took students into those key types of thinking, analysing and evaluating, predicting and prioritising, the key types of thinking that are essential for exam success. Our starting point was exploring the different types of thinking that students are asked to engage in a typical week, in a typical fortnight, a typical semester, a typical term. We found that across primary, into secondary and into tertiary, there are many types of thinking that students are asked to engage in time after time after time. We began to record and map these thinking verbs to see what are the main types of thinking the education system requires of our students. Whilst we would be the first to say there are many more than 10 types of thinking, in terms of frequency of thinking, there were 10 types of thinking that we saw come up time after time after time and is in many different cross-curricular subject settings. We decided that we wanted to design visual tools and metaphors that would help students understand these types of thinking, but uniquely we wanted to blend thinking with literacy and language to prepare students to write powerful extended text.